Yeah, student, I'm going to discuss a very important question that had been asked in JEE Advancce 2018. And this question is basically from electrostatics of the class 12th. And let's see what is the question. What the question is asking is, the question is saying that a particle of mass 10 the power minus 3 kg. That means there is a particle whose mass is given 10 the power minus 3 kg. And charge is 1 coulomb. That means q is basically 1 coulomb. Initially at rest, that means u is equal to 0. At time t is equal to 0, that means initially the particle was at rest. The particle comes under the influence of an electric field E is equal to E naught sin omega t I cap. Here the expression of electric field is given, E is equal to E naught sin omega t I cap. This is the basically expression for the electric field. And another part is E naught. E naught is given 1 Newton per coulomb, 1 Newton per coulomb, and omega is basically 10 the power 3 radian per second. This is the omega. And consider the effect of only electrical force on the particle, then the maximum speed in meter per second at n. Yani here question asking that what will be the Vmax attained by the particle is. This is the question basically. So as the question is saying that we have to consider only the electrical force, only we have to consider electric force, and here the expression for electric field is given. So obviously we can say that as there is an electric field and the particle have the charge, so electric field will apply a force on the particle, or we can say the particle will experience an electrical force, and here the charge is positive, so force experienced by this charged particle will be along the direction of the electric field. But the question is that this electric field is in the form of the sine omega t, in the form of sine basically, and we know that the graph of sine is like that. If we draw the graph of sine, the graph of sine is like that. That means up to this time period, let's say this is the time period of this electric field, so we can say in this time period the electric field changes its direction from positive to negative, and up to the half of the time period the sign is positive. So we can say that if up to half of the time period this sign will be positive, and for negative half the sign will be negative. So we can say the electric field during this interval, the electric field is positive, and during this interval the electric field is negative. That means after the time period of t by 2 the electric field basically reverse its direction, and when electric field reverse its direction, then the direction of the force will be reversed, and when direction of the force will be reversed, then acceleration will be reversed, and acceleration reversed, that means velocity will be decreases. So we can say up to this t by 2, up to t is equal to 0 to t is equal to t by 2, force is in same direction, or we can say electric field in same direction. So velocity increases, and at t is equal to t by 2 v will be maximum. So what can I do? So we have the expression v is equal to integration of a dt. This is basically integer type question. So v is equal to a dt, or we can say acceleration is basically force by mass into dt, or we can say this force is what? So this force is basically q into e by m into dt. Now we can put the value of electric field here. So we can say q into e naught sine omega t by m into dt. And as we discussed that here at the time of t by 2 the velocity will be maximum, and after t by 2 the velocity will start decreasing because the direction of the force will reverse and the direction of acceleration reverse, and hence the velocity will start decreasing. So the velocity will be maximum at t by 2, we can say, So we should integrate this function up to 0 to t by 2. 0 to t by 2, and here our constant term is q e naught by m. These are the constant term, and the remaining term is sine of omega t into dt, or we can say this is from 0 to t by 2. And now this q is basically 1 coulomb, so we can put the value of q is 1. Electric field is also 1 newton per coulomb, yani e naught is basically also 1 newton per coulomb, so e naught will be placed here 1. And the value of m is what? So m is 10 the power minus 3, so we can put here m is 10 the power minus 3. And now the integration of sine omega t will be minus of cos omega t upon omega, and the value is 0 to t by 2. So we can say this will be 1 upon 10 the power minus 3 into omega, and this will be cos of, we can put the value of omega, cos of omega t here 0 to t by 2 basically, and this will be 1 upon 10 the power minus 3 into omega is 10 the power 3 into cos of omega is 2 pi by time period, 2 pi by time period, and at the place of a small t we can put here capital T by 2 minus cos of omega is 2 pi by time period into a small t is 0. We have just put the limit here, and now this 2 will cancel each other, this 2 cancel each other, and this 10 the power 3 10 the power minus 3 will cancel each other, and this become 1 upon, and we have also taken out the minus sign here was minus, and so we can taken out the minus negative sign here. This will be the negative sign, this is minus 1 upon 1, and this will be cos pi minus cos 0 degree, and finally it become minus of cos pi is minus 1 minus cos 0 is 1, so this will be minus into minus 2, or we can say the value will be 2 meter per second. That means the maximum velocity attained by this particle will be 2 meter per second. Okay, so this is the basically integer type question, so we can put here the answer is 2. Okay, thank you so much.